Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Beer Rating with Sean Connors. Today I'm going to try this beer from Breton Brewing. And this is actually interesting because for some reason I thought it was a stout. I was actually really looking forward to it. This is one of the ones my girlfriend had a stopover in Halifax. She picked me up with 4 packs from this brewery. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the can or whatever, but I thought it was a stout. I think it's called Black Angus. I seen black. I assumed it was a stout. Even had my stout glass ready, which I won't need now. But this one's an IPA. It's 6.2% alcohol. Breton Brewing out of Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. It says magic happens on this little island. It says this citrus IPA was named after the largest natural giant ever recorded. It deadlift anchors to pass the time, raise a point, and test your strength. And it's considered a strong beer. Other than that, I don't know much about it. As I said, it is an IPA, so I know it's going to be hoppy. I still kind of wish it was a stout. It's a cold October evening here with quite the gale going. And for me, that's a perfect timing for a stout, but I'll have to do it with an IPA. IPA is one of those beers, I've said it before, originally I wasn't a big fan of the hoppiness of the IPAs, but over time it's I've grown to enjoy them. I don't love them by any means. I don't think it would be my go-to beer. Quite a hoppy smell there, typical for an IPA. IPA, Indian Pale Ale. Basically, at the time, the British were controlling India, and I guess they would ship pale ale to the troops, and the pale ale wouldn't last the journey, they'd go bad. So they had to come up with a way to ship the beer to India without going bad. So what they did, they added more hops, act as a preservative, and IPAs were born. So basically, I guess in the easiest way to explain, it's a hoppy pale ale. And so this is somewhat cloudy, which is common for craft beers. A lot of craft beers are unfiltered. It's not quite straw color, it's more golden, I think cloudy golden. As I said, I'm getting the smell of the IPA, of the hops already. The big thing is, how does it taste? Tastes hoppy, pretty well what I expected. Nothing else really jumping out at me. I know some people, they love IPAs. I mean, the hoppier the better. I'm not quite there yet. Didn't get a good taste that time. I can definitely taste the hops, but for me, the hop aroma in this one is stronger than the hop taste. Not a lot of aftertaste. I'm not a big fan of beers whereby I taste them and the aftertaste just lingers and lingers and lingers. That's not a thing for me. This one, the hoppiness does linger a little bit, but it's not overwhelming, so that's kind of good. Just waiting for it to settle a little bit more. Rating wise, another tough one. In my scale, it's 1 to 5. A 1's a drain pour, don't like it, can't finish it. A 2 is, yeah, not a big fan, but I'll finish it. 3 is a good beer. A 4 would be a very good beer. And a 5 would be the best beer I've ever had. Can't wait to have another type of thing. This one, I don't know. It's definitely, in my mind, it's not quite a very good beer. Once again, it seems to be lately all my beers are kind of going in the 2.5 to 3.5 range. A lot are landing in the 3.0. I'm not quite sure exactly where this one's going to land. Some beers I taste and I'm like within 1 or 2 mouthfuls, I know exactly where I'm going to place it. Other ones not so much, and that's where this one is heading. I think I'm going to give it a 3.0. Means it's a good beer, there's nothing wrong with it. It is an IPA, and a strong IPA at that. However, I'm not finding it extremely hoppy, which is good for me. Now, if you're one of these people that love IPAs, you might taste it and go, whoa, definitely not enough hops. But if you're a newbie to craft breweries, and this is one of your first IPAs, it might be a good starter IPA in my mind. Yeah, I think so, because as a newbie to craft brewers, too hoppy might be a little bit too much for you starting off, but if you want to start, exploring new styles of beer, I think this one might be a decent one with IPA. It'll introduce you to hops without overwhelming you with hops. So that's my gist on it. So with that being said, I'll give it a 3.0. It means it's a good beer. If you got a chance to check it out here on the East Coast, by all means, pick them up and let me know what you think. There you go, folks, for the Breton Brewing's Black Angus 3.0. Until next brew, as always, enjoy responsibly. Cheers.